Hello everyone, my name is Kirby G with Kirby G's Points and Miles, and Chase has been pissing me off lately. Now, in the past couple of months, I've applied for two Chase credit cards, both the Chase IHG Business Card and the Chase Inc. Cash Card. I have put a lot of money through those two cards over the last couple of months to hit those welcome offers, as well as make the IHG Business Card my main gas card, and living in Southern California and driving a lot, I have put a ton of gas money through that card, as well as some other purchases here and there. Now, when I applied for these cards, for the Chase, let's go with the IHG Business Card first, that came with a 140,000 point welcome bonus. I hit that welcome bonus in one shot, got my points within a month. It was actually quite quick. Then shortly after that, during that 3-month window while I still in that welcome bonus period, they increased that offer to 200,000 points. I sent in a secured message to Chase as well as a phone call asking if I could be upgraded to that new increased welcome point bonus. I also mentioned that I would be willing to make the additional spend because this bonus had an increased spend. Unfortunately, they said no, and for this card, I totally understand. It was over 30 days since I'd gotten the card, which has historically kind of been a cutoff point for Chase, as well as they had already issued me my welcome bonus. What was weird, though, was that the rep did tell me that if I were to make the additional $5,000 in spend, that I could then send in another message, and they might send me the additional 60,000 points. Again, I was already working on another welcome bonus for my Chase Inc. Cash, so it didn't really make a ton of sense for me. I didn't really have any $5,000 purchases coming up, and while I could have maybe added that card to my built card and made rent purchases that way, the juice just didn't seem worth the squeeze. And while the customer service rep was very nice, they were very unknowledgeable about things and had to kind of put me on hold for a while. It was over 15 minutes on hold, which I thought was a little excessive, but again, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. I was a little bummed, but, what can you do? The rep was fairly kind to me, and, it happens. What really grinded my gears here with this situation with Chase was with my Chase Inc. Cash Card. Again, I opened up a Chase Inc. Cash Card for a 75,000 point welcome bonus. It was a 2-tiered offer, so $3,000 in the first 3 months for 35,000 points, and another $3,000 for a total of $6,000 in 6 months for an additional 40,000 points. Total of 75K. I'm about to hit a month with the card tomorrow. So this new welcome bonus was under 30 days. So again, I called Chase and I said, hey, I just opened this card a couple weeks ago. May I please have this increased welcome bonus? I will even make the bonus was actually 6K in 3 months. So I can make that 6K in 3 months. Can I have this new welcome bonus, please? The guy said yes. And you know what? You even won't get your entire 6th month time period to do it. We will just make that additional 15K UR point bonus with the second half of that second tiered offer. So basically what he meant was that I would still get my first tier offer would be 35,000 points, but then my second tier would become 55,000 points for a total of 90K UR points. I said, hey, that is so awesome. He said, yep, this upgrade offer is eligible for your account. I will put in the submission. You will see that in the next couple of days. I am beaming, so excited. That's 15,000 UR points. That's like so many extra high points, Well, anyway, a couple days go by, and unfortunately I get a email from Chase saying, nope, you don't get this welcome bonus. I think, well, that's kind of weird. The guy kind of reassured me, and I kind of asked a couple extra questions to him saying, are you sure? Are you sure I'm eligible for this bonus? He says, I see it right here in your account. So at that time, I sent a secured message to Chase, kind of outlining my phone call. And the next day, again, they say, you are not eligible for this welcome bonus. I said, you know what? I had read some data points on Reddit and from a couple other people in certain Discords saying, yeah, no, I also got denied for this upgrade bonus. I'm currently working on Chase Inc. Cash. I said, well, I guess it's just not going my way. It kind of sucks. Open up 2 Chase cards with standard offers right before the increased welcome offer comes around. But again, what can you do? Little frustrating, but at the end of the day, Chase doesn't have to honor it. But I figured I'd give one more phone call. And it was at this phone call that really just kind of ruined my day. I call into this Chase rep, and I kind of explain my situation, and he goes over kind of my account, and he lets me know that I've already been told twice that I would not receive this welcome bonus, so he said he didn't understand why I was calling in the first place. I kind of took me aback, and I was wondering, that's kind of a weird thing to say. I mentioned that I was more curious about the why aspect of it all. Why was I told one thing and then another thing happened? Again, trying to be nice. Again, at the end of the day, 15,000 UR points isn't a big deal, but, I'll spend 10, 15 minutes sweet talking to someone on the phone to see if they'll give me a few extra points. But he went over and said that, well, in the terms and conditions, this is what you agreed to, and Chase does not have to honor any new welcome bonuses. And he had mentioned that if I were to apply today and a new offer would come out the next day, I would not be eligible for that new offer, and that Chase has never changed an offer before, and they have never, basically was saying that they've never done this in the past, which is untrue. I've known many people who have done this in the past, and I was talking to someone in the Discord, and they said, hey, they upgraded my offer for me, and I had mentioned that to him, just again, trying to be as nice as possible, and he basically said, I don't know what to tell you, there's nothing you can do. And again, it just very rude, very condescending, and again, asked the question of, I'm not sure why you called today, you've already been told this. And this just kind of set me over the edge, told him, thank you for your time, and I just hung up. I would like to highlight an emphasis. At the end of the day, this does not matter. But it's those little things when you're calling people on the phone, you try to be as nice as possible, and they just kind of spit in your face, kind of kick you in the balls, kind of rub it in. So I'm going to go out and cancel all my Chase cards? Probably not. Well, did this one rep kind of annoy me for a couple hours the other day? Yeah. I just want to remind everyone, as I'm talking a little tongue-in-cheek about this video, there will be mean customer service reps every once in a while, and I might have let it get a little too personal. Hanging up is quite rude, but to each their own. I always say, playing the hang up call again with some of these banks can work out, but they know how many times so just be careful. And if you get the same rep I did and he's having another bad day, I apologize. These things happen, and you gotta take them in stride. Unfortunately, I missed out on about 15,000 UR points and 40,000 IHG points from some bad timing with my applications, but hey, that's the credit card game. Can't dwell on the losses, and you need to focus on those amazing trips that you're going to use those points to book. Hope you have a great rest of your day. So if you enjoyed my rambling about a very bad Chase customer service rep experience, feel free to give this video a like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.